Hello and welcome to another episode of Mad Dialogue with me, Michelle.
And me, Skylar.
I hope everybody is doing really, really well. Before we get going, I don't even care if it's one subscriber a week. I'm always going to say thank you the next time we're on. So welcome to the Mad family. We are so happy to have you. So without further ado, let's get on with this week's episode. So by the title, you already know it's another great sex experiment. And we thought we'd come with something a bit lighthearted because for the last few weeks, it has been a bit hard going. And it's like I got a sign because I was about to turn off my telly after being on one of the streaming platforms. And then it was the episode that we had previously left off from. So it's Kirsty and Tom. And Tom is the one that was more up for it. It was more for Tom. He wanted to experiment to see if he was actually bisexual, and Kirsty, so to speak, was along for the ride. So a recap of that last episode, he did get talking to a gentleman, and 4 women approached Kirsty because she was just sitting on her own. And so he went back to the room with the guy, and it started off the single, I cannot remember the guy's name. He was massaging Tom anyway. And then they ended up in bed together and they were spooning. And it was quite intimate, which I was quite surprised because I thought that it was just really about the sex. But nevertheless, they were spooning, they were cuddling, and there was a little bit of a hand job going on. Under the sheets. Okay, so then let's go over to Kirsty now. So Kirsty went to a room with these 4 women, and they all sat on the bed, and they had dyes in, and I think they had like wording on them, sexual favors. Let's put it like that. So the dice landed on basically going down on each other.
It was more so that, like, for her to just lick her clit, basically. That was
one of the women volunteered to be the one to get her vagina licked. And Kirsty was up for it. But explain to me why we was hearing slurping sounds. I don't understand that. I mean, I know it was her first time, and I mean, who am I to talk? I've never licked a vagina.
But it was even like a thing where, you know, like, oh, like she got into it, and you could be like, oh, fair enough. Like, no, it was immediate. Just like the minute she went down there, that's what you could hear it, and I was just a bit.
Yeah, but I guess she must have been nervous because, I mean, I'm not judging the woman, obviously, because, like I said, I've never done that, so I don't know. I don't know.
But
I don't know. I just felt like, you know, like when you're in that environment and you're being peer pressured, I felt like she was being pressured.
Slightly. Like it's a situation where I feel like anyone would feel pressure, because there's 4 these experienced people.
And they just came across as strong characters, didn't they?
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on. I don't know. Tom was like in a bit of confusion. Like he wanted to stay the night with the guy, he didn't.
Yeah, he just wasn't sure if he should. I think it was more though that he didn't want to, more that he knew he kind of had to go back to his partner. You know what I mean?
And so when
he would have happily stayed.
And when they, you know, she was in, because she left the women and was in the bed on her own. She went back to the room. She, you know, she's looking for him in the room, in the bathroom.
All took off her makeup after at this point, in her pajamas.
And she's in the bed and she's trying to go to sleep, but obviously she cannot. So eventually he comes back. And the communication, they're communicating really well in the respects of, like, you know, he was saying how it went for him. She was saying how it went for her. But the thing that I felt was that a lot of it, she was just saying positive things so that he didn't feel bad. I don't really feel like she was fully invested in it, if that makes sense. And I think she was just saying more like, yeah, I'm down for it, so as to not disappoint him, I guess.
Yeah.
And so the next day they went to like a pre-orgy party. You know, so you had couples there, singles, so on and so forth, and they sort of played a game of truth and dare. And so he kissed a woman. She said she was fine with that. She kissed a woman. No, she kissed a man, sorry. And he said he was fine with that. So then everyone in the room said they were moving to another room where the orgy was actually going to take place. And so she just needed 5 minutes to process, she said. So they went back to their room and then they decided that they were going to go.
Yeah.
But I just felt that if you're going to an orgy, now, once again, I've never been to one, so I'm just speaking like what would make sense. But I did feel that if you know you're walking into an orgy, everyone there is willing and participating. So you already know that they're getting down. And so you walking in fully clothed, I don't think was the one. I think they should have been half naked at least. Yeah, that's what I was going to
say. I would have showed up in some little like cute like loungewear shorts and like a bra or something sort of thing.
But I think it made sense though, because she actually admitted that she was conscious of her body. And it's that thing again, isn't it, where they're comparing themselves to other people.
Yeah.
You know, it sort of made me think of Shanice and Ricardo.
Yeah.
If you've seen that episode, if not, go back and watch them. But you can watch them yourself on Channel 4. The Open House, The Great Sex Experiment. But me personally, I could see he was happy to declare after the experience, yes, I am bisexual.
Yeah, and even when I remember when they went to the counselling talk and the woman was like to her, "You like girls?" and she was like, "Yeah, like I guess I do." Like,
but does she though?
But this is the thing, like I don't remember seeing her interact with a female in the orgy. But I mean, I know they didn't show like everything that happened, but
no, all she did was the woman kissed her.
Okay.
The woman kissed her, but then it was them two together, and then the woman was going down on him whilst Tom and Kirsty were kissing, laying on the bed. But once again, she was just focused on him. She wasn't interested in any man or any other woman. And it's always that thing for me that I look at, that as much as in front of the camera and at the end, they're like, oh yeah, it was wonderful. It was great. Yeah, we're going to do it again. I can't help but think that behind closed doors, the other issues are going to come up. Like, do you know what I mean?
It was evident he was enjoying it a lot more
than what she was.
Yeah. And I'm not saying there wasn't a part of her that enjoyed it, because she seemed like she's very forthcoming, but it just come under that thing where it's like, oh, she could have been doing it to make him happy. Like,
yeah, well, I was getting that impression, because even when she was talking and they were talking and he was smiling, she's smiling, but it's like I could just see something in her eyes where she was like, yeah, I'm here for it, but I'm not. And that's always my thing. Is it, one of the, half of the couple is more participating because they don't want to lose their partner. That was what that other guy said. I think his name was Tom as well. But anyway, there's a lot of Toms and a lot of Kirstys in this show. I don't know what that's about. But this one was different based on the fact that he was interested in men also. So it gave you a look at how that works, because it's one thing being in that situation, okay, your partner's going to be looking at another woman.
Yeah.
But it's a different thing when your partner's looking at a man.
Yeah, because that's something that you can't
compete with. Exactly. Which is another reason why I feel that she was more doing it to appease him rather than because she really wanted to do it. Does that make sense? Yeah. So that was the Great Sex Experiment. There was another couple. I can't even fully remember their name. We kind of skipped them, but I think the reason we did that is because if we do another Great Sex Experiment, we just want to come with a random episode. And me personally, I'm already on the hunt for the couple who were on it from the episode that we did called The Sexy Swingers.
Oh, okay.
They were on an episode of Open House. So I'm thinking if we come back with another episode of that, it would be of those people. And on that subject, I just want to say I did look into going to one of those, what are they called? Swingers clubs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. But when I'm looking at some of the pictures and everything, I've got to be honest, I suffer with a little bit of OCD. And so therefore, and I don't even think it's a bad thing being clean, because at the end of the day, I'm just sort of looking at it looks kind of grimy.
Yeah, but from you're not going to partake in any of that anyways. Like, yeah, for the banks, it would have been funny to go there, but it's a lot. It's a lot to put yourself in that position.
Yeah, but I still. But what was the deal?
Yeah, it was like a light goal or something, or a follow goal.
I'm going to go back to that video, and I'm going to make sure that we haven't surpassed the goal of what we requested from people, because if that is the case, then I will honor that. I will honor that. But in the meantime, I think we'll leave it here this week. So, as always, thank you so much for joining us. We really, really appreciate you, and we will be back real soon. As always, we are sending an abundance of love and light. It's goodbye from me, Michelle, and goodbye from Skylar.
Bye.
Bye.